Calaroga Shark Media.
Hi there, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news, a daily briefing on stand-up comedy comedians in the comedy industry. How about that State of the Union, huh? We'll talk about that one tomorrow because we have so much to talk about today, plus I went to bed. Big TV day, we have the Scrubs reboot. I have lived long enough that Scrubs came back. Well, don't jinx yourself, John. If nothing horrible happens today, well, one of two things are going to happen. I'm either going to watch the Scrubs reboot, or this is the final episode of Daily Comedy News. Hopefully, there'll be an episode tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, no. I record early in the day, so it's possible that I record Thursday's episode, then something horrible happens, and then Thursday is the final episode. So if there's not a show Friday, call my wife. I digress. Scrubs is back, and Nate Bargatze's game show is around. Now, I was thinking I was going to be coy and say that a friend of mine said, there's no way this thing's going to be good, right? But then I realized Nate's never doing the show, and I say that because when he announced his book, I reached out 6 months before the book came out, and this is before he really popped, and the agency types that run Hollywood and run show business decided Nate was it. Before any of that, I reached out, and I still didn't get him. So there's no chance of him doing the show now. So I'll just say it. There's no way this thing's going to be good, right? A press release from ABC shared a description of the show, The Greatest Average American, which premieres today on ABC right after the Scrubs reboot. You don't even have to get off the couch. You can just sit there. We are told each round is packed with laugh-out-loud challenges and trivia as contestants try to guess how everyday Americans think and live. Which reminds me, I have a debate tonight because Wednesday night is trivia night, but I already told the guys, I still don't know if I have jury duty. I can't call until 5 p.m. today, so I can't even tell the boys until after 5 if I can go to trivia or not, because if I have jury duty tomorrow, I have to work tonight and record some shows, which again, leading into the horrible option there, maybe I record a show at 7:30 and then something horrible happens and I don't live long enough to see Scrubs return, but because I've recorded early, there is a Friday show, so you might have to wait till Saturday to find out if you need to call my wife or not. Boy, this is morbid. I'm just trying to have fun. We've had so much ridiculous with the politics lately. I'm just trying to have fun with the show. Where were we? Oh, yeah, we were on the couch, still alive, watching Scrubs and then Nate Bargatze come on if he didn't go to trivia. And of course, I have the complication of my wife wants to watch Scrubs with me. So if I do stay home tonight, do I grab her and go, hey, can we actually watch Scrubs? Because, I host this comedy podcast. I'd like to actually talk about it. But if I go to trivia, I won't get home to 9:20, and then even I won't want to watch it tonight. So who knows? Who knows? Stay focused, John. The Greatest Average American premieres tonight after the Scrubs reboot. Nate Bargatze said each round is packed with laugh-out-loud challenges. I challenge that premise. Laugh out loud challenges or snicker, okay, that was kind of cute challenges. Who knows? And trivia as contestants try to guess how everyday Americans think and live. Can I tell you something? Pete Correale, the Gator, did this with Jim Breuer and Jeff Foxworthy a million years ago. Correale called it the out-of-touch game. Foxworthy was in, and I think the clip exists. Yep, I have found the clip. So let's play it here now. I've cut this down a little bit. But also, I want you to pay attention in case you're like, Johnny Mac just makes up crap. He doesn't know any of these people. If you listen to the very beginning here, you'll hear Jim Breuer say, what's up, John? What's up, Jeff? I'm the John.
What's up, John? What's up, Jeff? How are you?
Can I say one thing, Jeff?
Yeah, go ahead.
Last time we had you on here, it was so cool to meet you and how you really are a regular dude. And then I always say Brew because Brew's a regular guy too, but he's got a movie theater, he's got an in-ground pool, and I know you got the stuff too, so I always say to him, are you really, I used to play this game with him, how really in touch are you with being a regular guy? And I would make up this stuff, and then I wrote some stuff because you were coming in. And I'm always like...
Write your best one.
I'll give you the best one.
All right.
So you're going to do like what you do
Just
to me?
do what? Yeah, I want to do one with both of you guys.
And I will tell you this, and you got to back me up, Bruce, but being the redneck guy, people get, disappointed that I don't live in a trailer, It's like, oh, you have a regular house? Oh, man,
You ain't nothing like them jokes.
Yeah, but God knows I spent many a night in a trailer. It's just when you make a little money, you're like, you know what? Screw this corrugated metal around the bottom. We're getting a house, And
here's one. You guys tell me, what do you think costs more? A John Deere ride-on lawnmower, cheapest one right now, we went on the site that you could buy, or a bottle of Cristal at the 4040 Club, Jay-Z's club in New York City? A brand new
Which
ride-on
one's more
John.
expensive?
A bottle of Cristal at Jay-Z's.
The bottle of Cristal.
I'm going to say that too, only because if it's Jay-Z,
Yeah.
it's got to be bling bling.
They're out of touch. $900 for a bottle of champagne. A lawnmower is $1,500. Cheapest one.
Well, all right, does this put me more in touch if I actually own a John Deere tractor?
See, a tractor. No one's got tractors. We got lawnmowers. That's my
I
point.
live in Georgia. I got a tractor.
You
Come on.
own Georgia, Foxworthy. You own it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Jeff Foxworthy.
I have digressed again. Where were we? Nate Bargatze said each round is packed with laugh-out-loud challenges, a notion which Johnny Mac challenges, and trivia, as contestants try to guess how everyday Americans think and live. In the end, one lucky player will be crowned the greatest average American and get the chance to win the ultimate grand prize, the average American salary of $67,920. Okay, let's talk about $67,920. Is that a lot of money? Sure. Is it almost definitely less than ABC's charging for one 30-second commercial during this show? Yeah. And how much do you think Nate is being paid for this? Let me see if I can find that. I can't find that. Now, I get that they're probably saying $67,920 is a funny amount, but everybody's making money on this thing except the winner. We're told with his signature dry wit and clean humor, comedian Nate Bargatze is stepping into the game show spotlight. Nate told Pause Rewind, I travel all over the country. I would jokingly always call myself the greatest average American, that I know all the average American things. And so I wanted to make a game show that kind of celebrates that it's fun, it's silly, it's weird little questions that you wonder. I kind of came up with the idea and then got paired up with John Quinn, who's a producer who actually knows how to make the game. So then we created it, and yeah, I'm excited for it to come out. As for the prize money, Nate says it could change each season. As the economy fluctuates, it should be going up, so you hope it goes up. Everybody's going to know the average American salary, so you hopefully will get to see that go up, and we will go up with it. We are told Nate Bargatze doesn't just stand on the sidelines. He jumps into the hilarious challenges himself without knowing what's coming. Nate explained, I don't know what the challenge is before we go in. I was like, I'd rather just go in and not know. Don't tell me what it is. I need my natural reaction. So if my first answer is probably going to be the dumb one, let it be the dumb one. Here's one of the hilarious segments. We put shopping carts into the cart return station. You see if you can make it into the railing in the parking lot. And so that was one that I enjoyed. I was better at it than I thought. Nate hopes the game show becomes destination worthy. He said, it's like when you see people want to go on Price is Right. I like the idea of creating something that people want to be a part of. If you get to come to the show, there's a great chance you're going to be shown on the show and you play a big part in it. Boy, I am excited about this one. Nate also caught up with ABC13.com. They were curious if he watched game shows growing up. Nate said, I did. I watched Press Your Luck, Price is Right, all that kind of stuff. I was a big game show fan. You could tell because he named 2 game shows, but nothing so crazy that I imagined I'd be hosting a game. We got some more details. In the second round, they've got to get into my mind. I do a challenge. Like one was naming state capitals. How many state capitals can I name in 60 seconds? Then they bet the over-under, and someone picks a number to see who wins. I do free throws and other challenges, so they're betting on me. And the last one is betting on the audience. ABC 13 asked Nate Bargatze, if we asked your family what the most average thing about you is, what would they say? Nate said, it's going to be food. It's going to be McDonald's, my fast food. I love fast food. Nate Bargatze, the greatest average American, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, right after the Scrubs reboot on ABC. Are you excited? I am. I know you guys are like, John, can you please talk about the State of the Union and get all political on the show? Stop having fun. Well, no, we're going to keep it fun today. Boy, are we really this? Wow, I just checked the clock. We're pretty far in already. All right. Maybe I should hold on to this one. I'll tell you what it is from Chowhound.com. I tried years. John Mulaney's non-alcoholic brand of beers, and this is the best one. Maybe I should do it because I can kind of do a half-ass Mulaney today. Okay. They reviewed John Mulaney's non-alcoholic brand of beers. Chowhound writes, non-alcoholic beers usually don't taste like actual beer. Some come pretty close, as I found when comparing brands of NA beers to their alcoholic counterparts, but there was always something a little bit off. Not to say they're all bad, just different. I'm kind of nailing that today. Mike Birbiglia is going to write my name down and pass it to John Mulaney, isn't he? And they have been ranked. Coming in third, at number 3, the Classic Pale. We're told the Classic Pale tastes like a bright, authentic pale ale. which, as you know, is similar to an IPA, but with less hop content. It builds gradually inside your mouth and leads up to an aftertaste that sort of punches you in the head in a good way. It's worth knowing which NA beers are worth buying and which ones to avoid, because many NA beers have an aggressive aftertaste and not in a good way. Beer number 2 is the Belgian Wit. We are told the Belgian Wit is very pleasant. It's very drinkable. It's softer and hazier than the others, just as a Belgian Wit should be. As I take a drink of it, it literally feels like I'm at a brewery. Does it? Are you sitting there going, we're doing well, but these trivia guys are going to ask some Ariana Grande questions in the 5th round, and only the 5th round matters anyway, so stop arguing about question 2 in the 3rd round. It all comes down to, do they ask old man questions in the 5th round, or do they ask music questions you don't know the answer to, you old guys? Is that what it feels like when you drink the... Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. It's trivia night. bestmentrivia.com. Check them out. Hire them. They're based out of New Jersey. I don't know how far they go. Will they go to San Diego to do your trivia show? Ask them. And the number 1 non-alcoholic beer number 1, the original Pilsner, we're told. If you had to compare it to a regular beer, Year's Original Pilsner tastes pretty similar to a Bitburger, but fruitier. It tastes like a classic German-style Pilsner, the tastiest of beers, which, quite frankly, is a tiny miracle. Okay, Johnny Mac's getting long here today because we're silly. What do I need to tell you about? I tell you about Bill Maher, but see, that's political. That can wait for tomorrow. Now let's do this. A vibe spoiler for Taylor Tomlinson's new special. No content spoilers, but Ready, Steady, Cut gave it 3.5 out of 5. I don't know if you know, last night there was Taylor, Pete Holmes, trying to get Pete Holmes on the show. Everybody say nice things about Pete Holmes. Why don't you tweet at Pete Holmes and tell him to do Daily Comedy News? I'm trying to get Pete Holmes on. I've asked the people over there behind the new special. But last night alone, we had Taylor and Pete Holmes and the State of the Union and the Knicks. That's a lot of TV. I don't know how late you stay up. I don't. But the guys at Ready, Steady, Cut must have had one of them fancy screeners there, or else they got up at midnight and banged this thing out. But they wrote, sure, some of the special's derivative. There's a great sentence, and not particularly illuminating. But the payoff in the final third works pretty well. A surface-level breakdown of some of religion's most morally questionable fables and inherently hypocritical teachings feels old hat. But there's a personal quality to the gradually unfurling of religious trauma and how that relates to matters like being a professional comedian and coming out as bisexual that lends a newer, more specific tint to the subject. And this is kind of a backhanded compliment. And Tomlinson's finely honed stage persona is enough to carry audiences through to the good stuff. So it sounds like Taylor is a better performer than the material. That's what I'm getting there. Bit of serious news to get in. Russell Brand has pleaded not guilty to 2 fresh charges of rape and sexual assault. He did that in London on Tuesday. The BBC reported that Russell Brand wore a leopard print shirt and dark coat. Brand denies charges of sexually assaulting a woman in London in 2009 and raping another woman in that same year. His bail was renewed at the end of a brief hearing. He's due to face trial in June. In May, he pleaded not guilty to 5 other charges relating to 4 women, 1 count of rape, 1 of oral rape, 2 of sexual assault, and 1 of indecent assault between 1999 and 2005. Awkward segue. Today at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, it is the YouTube premiere of Jackie Kashian's new special, Altercation. Love it, get it. And Jackie will be hanging out in the chat. There will be a premiere event at 7 Eastern with Jackie Kashian hanging out in the chat. All right, so you could line things up. You could hang with Jackie at 7, Scrubs, more Scrubs, and then, of course, Nate Bargatze's The Greatest American Average, whatever it's called. I could have made an edit there. I chose not to. And we're very busy today, or I would point out that part of the description here for Jackie Kashian is she's been, quote, heard on Bob's Burgers. Interesting phrasing there, but I can't unpack that today. Altercation includes stories of her buddy system parameters around raging against strangers, including a story from the years when the drinking age was 18. Before she set foot on stage 40 years ago while attending college, Jackie was asked to perform comedy for the first time. More specifically, she was approached by security while heckling Sam Kinison mid-set. That's bold. And was told that open mic is on Sundays. I imagine Sam was really good at shouting down hecklers. She loved it so much, she did it every night for the next year and got a 1.8 GPA that semester. Altercation, YouTube premiere, 8 p.m., chat hangout thing at 7 p.m. Eastern. When we come back, the rest of the episode will be about Scrubs. John, you did a Scrubs preview on Sunday. I know, but I didn't do the Scrubs reviews, all right? So if you have no interest in Scrubs, you might as well bail now. If you're excited for Scrubs, come back after the break. I will be talking about some reviews. So if you don't want to know or you don't care about Scrubs, I'll catch you tomorrow. Everybody else, hang out. I'm having fun today. All right, Scrubs tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, ABC. In case you missed it, I did a preview of this on Sunday. That entire episode was Scrubs. In case you can't tell, I like Scrubs. Even when we were fighting off fascism during the summer, you'll remember, I didn't just sit there and push that green Hulu button on my Roku remote. No, I went all the way upstairs to get the DVDs in solidarity with Jimmy Kimmel. You remember that, right? Yes. TV Insider reminds us where we left off. Spoilers-ish, picking up with JD returning to Sacred Heart. Scrubs awkwardly attempts to settle back into familiar rhythms. It speeds through significant updates with all the show's main characters, while introducing us to a scattering of underdeveloped new ones. For fans who are tuning in since 2001, they may recall that Scrubs technically had 2 finales, one in Season 8 and another in Season 9. But as we get ready for the new season, forget about Season 9. Never happened. Don't ask questions. Just watch Season 8 and then skip to this. I've seen good reviews and bad reviews. This one's a bad review, but stay around. Most of the reviews I've seen have been pretty good. This one says, most of the show lives in the shadow of JD returning to his past while taking on a new role, one that Zach Braff lacks the comedic range to ever live up to. Ouch, it's so centered on him trying that it leaves a shallow sense of how the medical field and those in it have changed beyond many eye-rolling asides about how the youths are too sensitive now. Oh, I'm going to eye-roll that later in this episode. I know what I have in my script. Now I want to know who wrote this. Megan Darwish for TV Insider. I'm going to guess Megan Darwish is not a 56-year-old man. TV Insider says Megan Darwish is a senior writer for TV Insider and contributor to Swoon and TV Guide magazine. She has worked with the team since 2016. And that took me to this. She is a class of 2017 from her particular college. So someone who graduated college in 2017 is probably around 31 years old. And looking at Megan's picture here, I would guess she's around 31. So all I'm saying here is this cranky 56-year-old man recording a podcast in his basement relates to Dr. Cox like a lot. Whereas someone who is 31 years old may have a different perspective. Like I lost my mind on Sunday with people getting mad about the Todd. They missed the point of the Todd character. As I said Sunday, even in 2001, we knew the Todd was ridiculous and you can't do that kind of thing, but that's where the fun comes from. It's a sitcom. The review continues. Instead of bringing the same self-effacing humor and sharp joke-amended pacing that defined the show decades ago, the reboot is trapped in the shadow of its better days. It's like an adult going to a college party. Silly, though mostly just sad. What are you saying? And then there are some more spoilery type things that I won't ruin for you for here. I just ruined it for myself, but that's why I didn't do this on Sunday. But I'm up against the clock now. I got to hand it a podcast. The Seattle Times said the Scrubs reboot is missing its heart and brain. Oh, no. They write, Zach Braff's character still loves his appletinis, but his show just leaves a sad, sour taste in the mouth. Oh, no. Variety writes, the revival airing on ABC feels so off. In the warm glow of nostalgia, Scrubs is inoffensive. In the harsh light of the present, its age begins to show. Oh, no. In the series' 15-year absence, the medical show has progressed where Scrubs has not. John, I thought you said there were positive reviews. No, I have some, I promise. Now, the Wrap got smart people over there, like Jennifer Kelshin Armstrong, who writes, Scrubs review, refreshing ABC reboot, feels like a medical miracle. Skipping around, they write, it's a testament to John C. McGinley that he doesn't lose his edge while also making a touching case for JD to do so. The main cast slips right back into their roles effortlessly with the chemistry of the original and a long history together that reads on screen. It's a particular pleasure to see Sarah Chalk and Judy Reyes in these roles again, with Reyes as commanding as ever and Chalk having grown into her authority. As I've been doing a Scrubs rewatch, Judy Reyes is killer in that role. It's like when I went back and watched Seinfeld and I came away and I was like, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the MVP. Judy Reyes is awesome. Now, John McGinley is the MVP of Scrubs, but Judy's really fantastic there. The Wrap says it's interesting to consider why this reboot works while so many others have failed so miserably. Perhaps it's mainly due to the hospital setting. As long as you don't turn over all the characters at once, viewers can remain engaged, and as Scrubs shows us here, characters can also return seamlessly while the churn of patience provides dependable short-term storylines. That reminds me, I was driving with my wife last Friday. Why don't they bring back Love Boat? Like, I don't know, how about Kelsey Grammer is the captain of the Love Boat? And then on any particular episode, we have, I don't know, Zach Braff, Mr. Beast, Pete Holmes, like some reality TV star, and like Boston Rob. Like, I would watch that. I digress. And I'll leave you with this from John C. McGinley, who talked about his wonderful rants. I love Dr. Cox. Dr. Cox is my favorite. McGinley said, I didn't improvise those. Billy wrote them. But I cross-gendered JD a couple times. I called him girls' names, which may or may not be acceptable in 2026. But he says Dr. Cox still does it a little in the new series because old habits die hard. Dudes, okay. Johnny Mac's going to get canceled here. Guys, it's a sitcom. If we can't deal with Dr. Cox, sitcom character, calling JD Shirley, I mean, pull up your britches, folks. I mean, at that point, let's just not even attempt to do anything the least bit funny. McGinley says, Cox is 100% burned out because the new crop of students he has are also an exercise in mediocrity. So now he's charged with trying to teach them, and it's an ongoing frustration, so he has tools to deal with the frustration, and it's usually pretty aggressively gruff. And that's why we love Dr. Cox. And that is your comedy news for today, all right? That was fun. Now, tomorrow, I imagine I'll have something to say about whatever Stephen Colbert said about the State of the Union. So tomorrow, you just remember that I spent like 7 minutes talking about John Mulaney beer, okay? You remember that when we're political tomorrow. See you then.